Genetic Demon, and this is What's on the Tape, Season 9, Volume 8. And we've got a tape. Well, actually, we've got more than one tape, because I've been sent a lovely gift. Let me just have the things in the way here. A lovely gift from my friend Ben Steele. And Ben has sent me this game here, which is a multi-act. So we're going to do that today, because it seems only fair that we do that. Because he's also sent something because he's worried about my state of coffee drinking at the moment. And I must show you this now. It'll fit in. This, and he says, I'm going to move the camera a little bit, I think. So you just stay there and be a little hand-holding stuff there. This is strong shit coffee bags. It terrifies the hell out of me. Look at that. It says it's super sort of strength coffee bags. We got huge things. I mean, look at that. The skull's got its eyes popping out. We have to leave these things, as he says, moving it around. You've got to leave these things in the bag. It said in the cup for between 3 and 5 minutes. Squeeze them to get the most flavour out of them. This is going to terrify me, but we're going to have me buzzing on a strong shit coffee. So just as a thing from Ben. So I'll just pull them back in. So we're going to do that one, which has got invaders on it, Muncher, and it's like aliens. Alien. Can't get my head around that one today. And that one, which has basically looks like it's got squash and gunfight on it. Which is, I don't think we've done those ones actually before previously, but I got a lovely letter as well. Look, there we go. Look, there we go. That's me. It basically says, I've been catching up on all What's on the Tape episodes. Find them very relaxing. A hard day's work, schooling, homeworking, being a prisoner in my home. Keep it up, buddy. Congratulations on hitting 1,000 subs. A small token of my appreciation. I was disgusted to see you drinking decaffeinated coffee. Laugh out loud. All the best, Ben. What's he done at the bottom? What's it say at the bottom? Oh. I know you're a fan of compilations at the bottom, so he's popped that in as well. So we've got these to try today. So it's a short one, because next week we've got the mega tape. We know what's coming on with next week, and next week is the mega tape 10-pack that passed muster. You all chose last time round. Well, I say you all chose. A few of you chose it. So without further ado, I'm going to get that in the tape drive, and then we'll finish with this. All right then. Okay, so a break from the normal sort of straight into the tape. I'm going to make a cup of coffee, and I just wanted to show you the terrifying strong stuff. Let's just, I'm going to open this now. I can smell it even through the packaging. Oh dear God, that's strong. That is. Oh wow! You can't even imagine how strong that. Oh God! I wish I had smell-o-vision for that. That's just unbelievable. Right? Okay. So that's our sort of tea baggy thing with coffee in it. Well, I guess it saves on percolation. You know, you get a percolator and you put it in. So, oh God! Right? Okay. This is terrifying me. This. Oh. I love coffee, but this thing's got me scared. Right? Okay. So we're gonna. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put my sugar in, because I like a bit of sugar. So we'll get a little half teaspoon of sugar in. There we go. And let's pour in our water. Oh God. That's scaring the life out of me. That is. I'm now going to leave it for 3 to 5 minutes and give it a squeeze. I'm not sure I can manage a 5 minutes thing, so I'm probably going to leave it 3 minutes, and then we'll go from there. But with a dash, and when I just squeeze it with my spoon, with a dash of milk, just to take some of the taste off it. This is going to be frightening. Right, I'll be back with you with the actual tape start.
Right, hi. After that coffee-making interlude, we're back on with the usual thing. I haven't tasted it yet, though. I'm a little concerned, really, because when it came out, you know, in Alien when they cut into the alien's leg on the face hugger and it bleeds right through 3 decks of food. I think that's what the bag's going to do with my bin, to be honest with you. So I'm a little bit concerned about how powerful this is. I gave it 3 minutes. I've given it a dash of milk because I like a bit of milk. I'm sorry, I really should do it black. But I can't do it without a bit of milk. I need that little thing to take the slight edge off it, realistically. Anyway, download dit first. Let's do load dit. This should be, it's on side B first, it's come right, and I did have a bit of trouble getting into the tape deck, and if you saw the thing, I thought I'll leave it in, because that's part of what's on the tape, isn't it, getting into the tape deck. So we've got it in there, we've got spare tape deck beside us, we've got the tape adapter, we've got the other thing, and by the way, I'm filling before I get to actually drinking the coffee. Thank you, Ben. I really do appreciate this. It's in a specifically branded comic book mug because I need my hero energy. You know, kind of. Yeah. Okay. I'm still filling. Are you ready? I'm ready for it. Hang on. Oh, it's alright. It's actually alright. I thought I was good. I thought for a minute there. Hang on, we'll just wait until it hits the stomach. It's not burnt a hole through. We're okay. There's no physical damage here from drinking the very strong. Oh, I think I can feel it though. Goes straight. It kind of goes down and it goes straight up. I think it's got into the back of my mind. I feel like I'm at a 90s rave. You know, I want to do big box, small box, big box, small box, big box, small box. We'll have another. It's moreish. I'm gonna have another sip. But let's have another go. Let's have another little swig of this. I wasn't expecting that. Hairs on the back of my neck have stood up. That's unbelievable. It's kind of like I'm not sure that whether or not this is probably the right thing, but it's probably like drinking from the devil's winky. You know, you don't want to, but it tastes good. Maybe that's wrong. Whatever. It's the coffee. I'm blaming the coffee. Oh my god. I can't stop now. It's Colombian, isn't it? I'm wondering now what else is in there. Wow, that is. Woo! I'm gonna stay off the coffee just for a little bit. We'll go back to the Spectrum stuff. We're back to the Spectrum stuff. It's night. It's fright, and gun fright. Night fright night. Fright night. Fright night's a movie, isn't it? It's a horror movie with. Didn't they do a remake with David Tennant in it? I think they did, didn't they? Fright Night. But there's an original one. It's a Wes Craven one, if I remember rightly. You know, the same guy who invented Freddy Krueger. That's the fella. I got that all on Blu-ray recently, actually. Back in the day, I never actually watched it. It was kind of too scary for me. That and the Friday the 13th movies, they were a bit too scary for me, and I really kind of didn't really. I don't know. I was a bit of a. But you've seen me play it. If you've not seen me play, have a look. Watch me play Silent Hill 2. I'm like a deer in headlights. I'm so scared of everything. Every single creak and crunch in the whole game just makes me jump. And it's been recommended that I'm thinking about doing this new series of which basically spans games which are larger than sort of things that you can just put in and knock around for 5 minutes. There are good long games on the Spectrum, don't get me wrong. You know, games which require a bit of storyline and adventure and all this kind of stuff. There are games like that there that are a little bit longer, but what I'm talking about is a sort of probably Saturn, PlayStation 1 upwards to even modern, but I'm thinking about doing this new series called 5 Hours 5 Episodes, which is exactly what it sounds like. An hour on each of it. 5 episodes, basically almost like a starter for you if you're playing it yourself, to see what you feel like and see how I enjoy it. And one of my friends, Retro48K, who I do a podcast with, if you haven't been over to his channel, I'm going to put the link in the description below. We're also going to put a link to Ben Steele's Oddball archive in the description below, so you can pop over and have a look at his channel as well. But Retro48K really would like me to do Outlast. And Outlast is a scary one. It's very scary. It's a modern one. It's current. It's I don't know if it's current generation, last generation if you're a console user, but it's on the PC still now. And it's by the way, I think my eyes are dilating. I think the coffee is having an effect. My brain is kind of like on fire. This is going to be an interesting episode. Wow. Ben said, "Don't drink after 3 p.m. in his message back to me, saying, "Don't drink after 3 p.m. in the afternoon. You won't sleep." I can see where he's coming from. Thankfully, it's a bit like a gremlin, isn't it? Anyway, back to it. 5 episodes, 5 hours, or 5 hours, 5 episodes. Whichever way I can remember doing it, whatever it is. Yeah, 5 episodes, 5 hours. Anyway, but yeah, Outlast, scaredy cat, terrified, whatever else it is. So when it came to sort of things like Freddy Krueger and the Friday the 13th things, I really honestly I was too scared to kind of watch them, and I've watched them since. Don't get me wrong, I'm not quite Doctor Who behind the sofa. However, to be fair, Daleks are terrifying, and so was Davros back in the day. Remember Davros? He was terrifying. So back in the day, I was kind of like that, and I never really watched them until I got a bit older, and I felt more secure and safe that Freddy wasn't going to come get me or something similar. Anyway, Gunfight. This is ACG, Ashby Computer Graphics. Or was it games? I can never remember. Is it graphics or games? You'll put it in the comments below. I know you will. These guys are Ultimate. They became Rare. They got bought by Microsoft, and we've just had GoldenEye released for the Xbox 360. Well, say released. It's a massive licensing issue. It's kind of escaped into the wild, and there's definitely an appetite for it. Now, I played that on the original system it came out for, which was the N64. And it was alright, but by then I was PC gaming, you see, and then I'd seen things like Doom and other things, and I know that was really clever for its time, but we played Doom online with like multiple people, with lots of people in the same thing, and once you've done that, or you've played Duke Nukem like that, GoldenEye doesn't seem quite as good, but as a console user at the time, you probably thought it was really good. Anyway, let's play. I have no idea what the keys are, so we'll give it a try. We'll press 3 to start. I think that's what's fire. That's up, down. I meant to shoot these for extra money, and I don't know what they are. That's left and right. That's fire. I've got fire. I've missed everything. Right, so we're hunting Buffalo Bill, and now I'm firing for no good reason. So we're hunting this guy for 300 and something odd dollars. There's another one called Gunfighter, isn't there, by Atlantis, and I always quite like Gunfighter from Atlantis. I love the graphics on this one. I actually think it's one of my favourite, but because of the fact that there's actually an attention to detail in the sense of the we've got the jail and we've got the Buffalo Bill on the side of the screen. I really kind of like that, if that makes sense. I think that's really, really cool, but I hope that was somebody I was going to shoot and I wasn't a fine for that. But you're the marshal, and you're hunting down these bad dudes. Good old Buffalo Bill. That's what my van's called, by the way. I called my van Buffalo. That's his name. Actually, his full name is Buffalo Bill, funnily enough. There wasn't a reference to this. It was actually a reference to... which one is the... It's not Silence of the Lambs. Is it Silence of the Lambs or the other one? Maybe it is Silence of the Lambs, where it's Buffalo Bill. Kind of a reference to that more than anything else. I'm not entirely sure why. I just was. I think I'd been watching Silence of the Lambs or whatever it was, or one of those movies, and decided that was a good name for my van that afternoon. I don't do female names for vans. I think my frontal lobes are melting at the moment, though. Oh, I've got a horse. Oh, lets me move faster. So cool. I like the way it's like a rocking horse, but it allows me to run faster. Is that Buffalo Bill there? somebody pointing to him. That guy there. Cheers, pal. Oh, died again. I'm pretty rubbish at this, aren't I? I didn't, as I say, I've previously said this before. I'm not a big fan of isometrics. I don't mind them, but there's certain ones I love and certain ones I hate, and left and right. Got loads of money now. That was handy. Got a good high score there with all that money. Oh, well, maybe not a high score, but lots of money. It's a good game. It looks lovely on the Spectrum, and at the time it was groundbreaking. It really was. The movement just never gets. I never get the movement, and I'm not sure why we have the movement as it is. Oh, we can change the direction. I didn't know that was a saloon. Let's go in the saloon. No, can't go in the saloon. All right, fair enough. And we run into somebody who's just walking around. I'm not sure whether they're girls or boys, to be honest with you. Can you tell? Oh, he's saying pointing that way. What are we going this way for? There's a horse. We're riding, cowboy. But because they look like they're wearing dresses to me. That's definitely got a dress on. Do you not think that's? I think that's a girl. He's saying that way. But you run into them and they kill you, which is bizarre. This way? That's saying this way. He's telling me where it is. He's that the kid is shoot that person. Oh. Oh, bullets. Bullets are $10. Why are bullets so expensive? I'm going this way because that kid was pointing that kind of direction earlier. So let's go this way and see if we can find them. Lovely cover for this one. Another one with a beautiful cover. I know that Mel LaBelle, who follows the channel, has a lovely collection. He's now looking for variants, I believe, of the Ultimate Collection. So he's got everything. He's got them all, I think. He'll probably correct me in the comments, but he was definitely sort of heading towards that, sort of getting that completed and doing the whole lot. I have a few. I don't have them all. I would like them decoratively, if that makes sense, rather than necessarily collect them to play them. I think they look lovely, but I like to play my games as well. So I know I'm a bit silly sometimes of playing them all, but I like to play them. I like to think that you know, and I guess once they get to the point that I can't play them, I'll just keep them as decorative things. I've discussed previously on the channel about re-recording over the top of them, but I don't know if you can re-record once they get to that point where they're either snapping or breaking or whatever else it is. That can't be a good thing as such. So we had Gunfight. That was a good start. We've got these 3 games that Ben sent on that little compilation. I quite like that. I hope I haven't knocked the screen there. I've knocked the blooming aerial. Sorry about that. It doesn't take much to knock off the aerial on this. Yeah, that's got on the collection from Ben, which is Classic Arcadia, is Invaders, Muncher, and Axions. I'm going to go with Axions. It's like Galaxians, I think. I'm quite looking forward to that actually. They're going to be simple things. That's going to be the Space Invaders. It's going to be Pac-Man, and it's going to be a variation on Galaxians, I think. So and Axions. Wow. I'm not quite seeing. What's that one called? Oh, it's on top of my tongue. It's green. Oh, what's it called? Absinthe. When you drink absinthe, you see the green fairy, isn't it? That's what they say about that. It's because it's hallucinogenic as a drink. I'm not sure this coffee isn't quite close to that level of thing. I might actually achieve a new level of zen-like existence after this. Might not sleep for the next 24 hours, but might achieve that. I'm glad I only went for the 3 minutes. Can you imagine if you go with the 5 minutes? This is like taking 2 Viagra, isn't it? I saw that on the telly this morning. Apparently, you can buy it over the counter. Not that you know, but anyway, but you can buy it over the counter. Let's just have some more coffee while we're waiting. This is squash, by the way. Hopefully, this will load. We've got fingers crossed. I like the way they changed the colour of the borders, by the way. It's lovely. I'm all over the place here. I'm blaming you, coffee. Right, okay, let's talk to the coffee and drink it. Oh, yeah. What are you guys drinking? I bet you Ben's got a cup of that on the go when he's doing this, actually. No, he says he actually likes to relax watching the videos, so he's probably not. He's probably listening to me going, yeah, that's what I use in the morning just to get started for the day. It's pretty heavy duty, Ben. 2 of those is probably... To be fair, you probably only need 1 of them for the whole day. You never need any further caffeine injection, because that's just... That's amazing. On so many levels, I'm going to recommend that one. But those with a strong disposition, realistically, it could possibly damage the health of anybody else. It's a good job I went off the decaffeinated a few weeks ago, isn't it? Good God. That was Daryl. Thank you, Daryl. Daryl sent me some decaffeinated coffee, just because I drink a lot of coffee. I think he was making sure that my heart rate didn't go up. Actually, thinking of heart rate, let's check the heart rate now. See whether it's flying. That's a brain melter. All right, we've got the heart rate monitor on. It's actually not as bad as I thought. We're at 83 beats per minute, so we're okay. Pretty okay for me, that. So for we're not quite resting though. Normally when I do these things, I was talking about it on another video. Sometimes when I'm doing these things, it depends on what's happening within the game, of course. I actually end up sort of almost to the point where my body thinks it's sleeping and I'm being too lazy for the game. I'm open squash loads, by the way. We've kind of got to the end of it there, and nothing seems to be happening. We've got the mobile available, just in case, though. We can always look it up. I'll start looking it up while it's still loading. Is it still doing anything? I don't want to push anything too much. The tape's still running. It doesn't seem to have loaded. I think we've had a failure here. I did say this week's going to be a quicker week anyway, because next week we've got the longer mega hits one that we're going to do. Maybe spend a little bit more time on each game as well, which should be nice, I think. I'll see how I feel actually about doing it all. Might squeeze it all in, really. We'll see what happens. Let's see, squash. I am searching for squash. And there is no squash coming up in here. That's really good. And there's no loady there going on. Oh, we'll try it one more time. I can't find a squash there. That's really bad. You'd think, yeah, no, it's like it's still loading. Look, because when I stopped it there, it kind of did that. It's like the whole thing isn't on there. It's a Mighty Boots tape anyway. No, that's actually quite impressive that we got so much loading outfit. We kind of hit and miss, don't we, between the WH Smiths and the Boots tapes. Did Curry's do their own version of it as well back in the day? I wonder if there's a Comet tape. Do you remember Comet? Didn't they get bought by Curry's? Curry's bought a whole load of stuff. Are they not part of the Dixon's group? And didn't they buy Dixon's as well? I don't know. I'm completely lost now. What's going on? I can't break, so I was going to try and break out of that. Let's just reset. We'll give it another try and see what loads. We'll go with the loader for the hell of it and see whether that actually makes any bearing. I very much doubt it, but we'll give it a try. I'm just trying to think what other games, what other names for squash are there? I only ever thought there was just squash personally. Did anybody get caught up in the Beast from the East 2? I had a trip over to the northeast, so over to Newcastle the other day in Tyneside. Is it Tyneside? Am I correct in thinking Tyneside? On Tyne. Newcastle on Tyne is where it is. It's not Tyneside. It's Tyneside somewhere else completely. I apologise to anybody from that area that I've got completely wrong. Newcastle upon Tyne. I went over to Newcastle upon Tyne. And I managed to do that on... Oh, hang on, that's doing something completely different. What's going on here? What's this? Symbol shift test. Symbol shift A. This is weird. Test all key. What is this? It seems to have triggered something within the... It seems to have triggered something again. What's this? How's this been triggered? Anybody know? We've had this before with games. It seems to have triggered some kind of weird and wonderful I don't know, testing of the system? I don't know how that happens, but we seem to have triggered it. All the keys are working, thankfully. Did you hear the sound? I did, yes, I heard the tone. Move both joysticks until you press the fire button, then space to give up, space to give up. Yeah, I heard that. Screen switching test. Haven't got it on offline. Q to quit printing. Integral device. Q to quit. Wow. Hold break to repeat test. What is that about? That's definitely not what I was expecting that to do. Ooh, it's weird that. We loaded it with the loader and it seemed to trigger some kind of reaction in the spectrum to make it do some kind of internal testing thing. Pretty weird, to say the least. Tell you what's also weird is I have a Super Game Boy, which is an adapter for Game Boy games to go into my Super Nintendo. And I put in this morning, and I thought I would try Donkey Kong and do a video on Donkey Kong. I hadn't realised that Game Boy Donkey Kong is an advanced version of it when you put it in the Super Game Boy. It comes up with a whole raft of different options. Yeah, it's done that again. It's so weird. Totally unloaded there. Let's try this again from loaded dip. I'm going to give it another give it one more go, and then we'll move on to the compilation, the alternative software compilation. I assume this is just alternative. It's called the Triple Deck 4. So I assume there must have been a 1, 2, and 3. I don't think I've ever seen 1, 2, and 3. I've been getting quite a few compilations recently. I've been quite enjoying them. But yeah, anyway, so back to Donkey Kong. I hadn't realised that when you put it in Super Game Boy, it's one of the few games that Nintendo put an enhancement on it, and it actually then changes the border from looking like a Game Boy, which it does on the screen when you've got it in the Super Game Boy, to looking like the arcade version of it, and then it adds a whole bunch of colours to it that aren't normally there on the Game Boy. It's actually quite an eye-opener that they were capable of doing that, and that you could have done that with so many other games. And I know it was a Nintendo-only game, but you could have made all the other games like that. I'm going to definitely do a video on it, but I hadn't realised it's just not playing now, is it? It's just not. It's like, nah, I'm not going to play it. You're definitely not getting squash. No squash. That's no good at all. No squash today. I might see what else we've got on the shelf after we've done the other videos and see whether or not it's something we can play. Right. Okay, let's go on to this compilation. Thank you very much, Ben. Do appreciate it. He sent it because I've made my 1,000 subscribers, and I don't like the word subscribers. Nice people who follow my channel. So the lovely people who follow my channel. So we're going to give it a go. But yeah, but it's quite surprising what Nintendo could do with the Game Boy cartridges and what they could hide within them to actually do something different. But as I say, it's all lots of different colours. It's really, really playable. And I hadn't realised how much more of a game it was. It literally starts with the traditional Donkey Kong levels. So you go through 1, 2, 3, 4, as you usually do, the one where you make him drop down. And when he drops down and all the girders fall down and Donkey Kong collapses and you save... Is it Maria? I don't think it's Princess Peach, is it? It's Maria, I think it is. When you save Maria as Mario, Donkey Kong on this version gets up, stomps on the floor so hard that everything else where Mario's standing with her collapses. Mario gets knocked unconscious, he grabs her again and then runs off, and then it becomes a chase game where you have to chase through the levels with these extra items to collect as you go along. And if you collect these items and open the doors with a key, because you have to get this key, so it's a puzzle element to it as well. So you have to collect a key, get this key to the doorway, which requires you throwing it up on platforms and all kinds of things. You can't climb a platform while you're carrying this gigantic key. And then you basically get out and go and chase Donkey Kong to catch up with him over Maria. Now, I think there's a number of levels, but I didn't realise that when I first played it. When I first played it, I did the usual thing. I played the first 4 levels, and I didn't get through the 4th level, so I didn't know it was there. And then I was leaving it, and I watched the demo. And the demo ran, and there it is with this extra level. It was just brilliant. Right, alternatives, classic invaders. They came out of the blue. They are known only as the Invaders. See, remember, do you know that he based the original Invaders, the guy who created Space Invaders, based them on squid and fish type things. So they're actually squid and fish rather than anything else. So it's kind of cool, an octopus type things. So let's stop the Invaders. Good old Invaders. Oh, it's super slow. It's my kind of speed. This is the kind of Invaders I like. We played it on the 20p arcade challenge. I was rubbish. I love it though because it was the first. It was the first arcade game I ever played. Not this particular version, obviously, but it was the first arcade game I ever played when I was a child. And I played it not in 1978 when it came out. I played it in 1979 in a dirty, sort of filthy, horrible. Oh God, got me. Dirty, filthy, horrible pub. The usual kind of places. Where am I? That these things were in. Sticky floors, old men drinking pints of mild, that kind of thing. But my dad took me, and I remember that. My dad took me to play this miracle, this modern day marvel. And of course, I was then hooked. I was hooked on video games. The whole idea of being able to be, to do something else, to drive a space tank that was, and shoot aliens from another world, was just unbelievable. It was beyond your wildest dreams. It was beyond the damn! There's a little UFO going across the top. That was extra points. That. Oh sugar, this is going to be tough now. I'm not going to be able to. That's going to be hard to get. But it was beyond my thoughts, sort of. Damn! Game over. 380 points. I'll have another go. Beyond my wildest dreams, being able to do that. It was just absolutely a thrilling experience back then. That dum 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 dum. Brilliant. And it's so burnt into my mind that thing. I don't think I did very well. I think it died pretty quickly. And then there was a friend of the family who was a bit older than me, and he was like, yeah, you've got to shoot through the middle of these to make a gap. But in this case it's going to be too wide a gap. But shoot a gap through the bases in front of you so that they can't shoot you while you're shooting at them. And that was strategically the kind of thing that was suggested for that particular game. But it's thrilling to sort of be involved and be in those early days of gaming. It was really good, and this is why the nostalgia of playing a Spectrum game or it's just one of those amazing things, or Spectrum or Commodore game or anything realistically, any 8-bit computer, any first computer realistically. I don't think they've got the same nostalgia nowadays. However, I do hear my daughter, who has obviously brought up with Spectrums and other things and all these other computers, and she tells her friends at school and her teachers, and they're all quite impressed that I have such a collection of machines. I've been asked to bring them in at some point, but of course can't at the moment. But to bring them in and to do a this is going to be hard. Bring them in and show them off, but. But she's been brought up with that. But she has nostalgia for things like. Do you remember when we played Minecraft, Dad, on the 360? Because she was born, when the 360 came out. That's the thing, Do you remember when we used to play Minecraft on 360? And before they changed it, so there was a creative mode and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, yeah, I do. I remember these things. Notice they're getting faster because, again, it's doing exactly the same thing that occurred with the original version of Space Invaders. Space Invaders was meant to be kind of like one speed, but as sprites disappeared, the processor started going faster and faster and faster, so that you end up with this super shooting along the level, and it works the same on the Spectrum. As they started to clear off there, I noticed the speed of them was getting quicker and quicker and quicker. Anyway, we've done Classic Invaders. Let's move on. There is another game. It's on my channel called Super Destructonaut. That is a variation of the Space Invaders theme. It's a modern day game, but it's actually really good. And much to my surprise, one day, all of a sudden, it got lots and lots of views. I think people were just watching the game as because it was, or must have been on sale or something similar on Steam or something like that. And lots of people looked at it. But it's actually quite a good game. I quite like that one. So. Oh, that coffee. Let's have another go. Let's have another blast. We're almost at the bottom of the cup, I've had a good swig. Isn't the most expensive coffee? Oh, you correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't the most expensive coffee the one where it's been eaten by monkeys and pooped out? Isn't it the monkey poop coffee? That's the most expensive coffee you can get, or one of the most expensive coffees. I'm not entirely sure whether or not it's right that we should have flavourful monkey poop coffee beans, but it's just a thought, you know. I'm sure it's the one. I can't remember what type of monkeys it is. Was it monkeys or something else? It's like lemurs. Are they still part of the same family? I don't think they are. I don't think if they fit in the monkey family. Because they don't. Debating that in my head there. Definitely monkeys. I'm sure it's monkeys. Monkey pooped coffee beans. Why do they eat them in the first place? They maybe taste nice. Maybe they get the little kick that they get from the coffee that we get. Maybe. What is the best coffee? This is definitely one of the strongest coffees I've ever drank. I can literally feel it in my brain. It's kind of trying to expand it. We'll check the. It's kind of like Limitless. You know, have you ever seen the movie Limitless? Where it takes the pill and then oh look at that, my heart rate's increasing. 90 beats per minute. It doesn't normally go that way with these things. It goes downwards. I'm usually like, oh, I'm pacified. You know, by the time the video gets to the end of any record, I'm kind of like, oh my god, it's a long time, that one. But to be fair though, do you remember we did 3.5 hour epics? They are on here somewhere for you to peruse and have a little look at. I've got a few things on order at the moment, and if you know Dennis from the TheRetroCavern, which I'll put a link in the description below as well. Dennis, because he buys and sells games as a combination of a collector and a seller, and he has his own website with where you can buy Spectrum games from. Dennis has actually found a whole bunch of special tapes. So he sent me a message the other day. Said, are you interested in these? He says, I'll send them with your next order. So I instantaneously ordered a whole bunch of stuff, which I was going to order anyway, because I usually like to buy from Dennis like once a month, just because he's got the nice collection of bits and pieces that are there, and it's kind of nicely ordered on his site, and you can kind of see what you're getting as well. So I like to order from him. And he's a good price. So he's very reasonable, and he's a nice guy. Which is also a massive bonus, you know, friend to the community and all that kind of stuff, you know. So I've ordered some stuff. So I've noticed this morning that it's in the post. Oh, Bubble Bus, written by Nick Jones. Classic muncher. It's playing a bit of music. I don't know what to start it with. One. Wonder what the keys are. Oh God, it's fast. It's Pac-Man, of course. It's very fast. Pac-Man's funny though, because he can just stop on the spot. He doesn't actually have to follow around, because Pac-Man normally moves after the fact, so you can't. You have to. Oh damn. Pac-Man normally moves after the fact, so if you push forward, he would keep going. But this one, he stops, so it's kind of a little actually unnerving, that, because I expect Pac-Man to move. That makes sense. I'll get this here. We've got to clear the maze. Now I watched this. Somebody said there were pills, right? But okay, there's a power pill. But the creator of this, when I watched the thing that's on Netflix, and it's very American centric, watched it on Netflix because they had a console war and I thought of Crash. It never really happened in the UK, but he said that what Pac-Man eats are cookies. Unless he's getting cookies wrong in his head, I'm assuming he spelled extra, by the way, for extra points. So this is quite a good version, actually. I quite like it. The non-moving is a bit unnerving, but that's actually quite good. I'm gonna have another go at that one. But he said that there were cookies. So not power pills, but cookies. So we're eating cookies, not something weird. This is actually not a bad version. I think I'd been quite delighted with this compilation. It's got some nice games on it. Bubble Bus being, a well-known make at the time. Okay. We'll do this. Let's see if we can clear this maze without losing a life. I think we've done it without losing a life. There we go. I'm almost up to my score already. Yeah, it's actually alright, this one. Definitely recommend. Quite good fun. Works right. Does what it's meant to do. Yeah, that's a nice game. Nice version. As I say, the not moving is a little bit unnerving. The fact that we just stop and come to a halt is a little bit weird. But actually, to be honest, that's not bad. This is not a bad Pac-Man clone. With the mazes moving as they go. Lots of different things. We can eat all of those guys for extra points. We've got 9,000 points already. Really liking this. Nice and simple. And let's get these guys. Let's go this way. Let's get in here. I think I'm going to finish another one here. Yeah, cool. So much easier though, as I say, when it doesn't do that sort of running on thing from Pac-Man. Get ready. 2 lives. I'm surprised they haven't gone with the old cliche of adding additional things to it. So sometimes there's a bit of a Pac-Man cliche of adding too many sort of like power-ups and things like that, which happened in the arcade version anyway. But it can be kind of overused sometimes. But this actually works really well. Jump, 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 jump. There's no noise though. There's no sound effects, which is a bit disappointing. We could at least get sort of jump, 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 jump noise of some sort, wouldn't you? Quite like that. There we go, get whizzing around here. There's only 2 power pells on this level. That's going to make life easy, or difficult, should I say. 1 more life. Oh, it's really good. I've enjoyed playing that. Damn. Wow, what a score. Massive. There was actually music at the end there and music at the beginning. So we got music at the end and the beginning. Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that one. Muncher, or Pac-Man as we like to call it. Anyway, let's go on. Let's see where we're at. Okay. I'm gonna have more coffee. Do you know, so I'm gonna be flying at the end of this. I'm gonna be sitting on the ceiling in a fetal position, possibly, or lying in a fetal position on top of the ceiling after this coffee. I have a feeling, right, that this is one of these things where you get one of them little espresso type cups, you know, the little ones where you just get that shot of espresso, you know, where it's kind of like where you take a shot of espresso, then you get your normal coffee, and that shot is there. And I think this is I don't think this is a big mug coffee. I think this is a shot coffee. I think this is a small-ish mug with it in it as an express type thing. It's kind of little espresso type thing, should I say, sort of to give you that, you know, quick hit. Whereas I'm here sinking a whole dirty great mug of you know, well, coffee. A mug of Marvel goodness. That's what it is in there. I'm gonna regret that. Oh, I don't think I've ever made the noise. Oh, I used to go or something similar, don't I, in the thing? I don't think I've ever finished a coffee cup and gone before. It's definitely got a factor to it. I do like it though. It's definitely waking me up. I might actually have one on Monday morning. I'm not a morning person, and we have a early morning meeting on a Monday to sort of catch up with the team and see what's going and book the week ahead, you know. And there I am. I'm always exhausted. I have like a coffee before I go out, and a coffee when I get on site, and you know, and then we have our meeting. And I think if I had one of these in the morning, nicely brewed with the 5 minute sort of thing on it, I think I'll be set for at least 20 minutes before it wears off or something. To be fair, I don't think it's wearing off. I think I'm still kicking from the whole thing. Wonderful, amazing stuff, good stuff. So we got, what's this one here? This is Axions. I'm going to go with Axions. This is going to be, I think, Galaxians. But I'm hoping it's Galaxians, a good version of Galaxians, because there are some good ones out there that are really good versions of Galaxian. I'm just looking up at the shelf and wondering if I can squeeze another one in, because I definitely feel like we should squeeze another one in. Let's see what we've got on the shelf. It's exciting. I'm really thinking about, and I don't know which one. I don't know what to take. There's some good ones up there. There's some good ones and some bad ones. Oh, it's a tough choice. It's a tough choice. In tough one. Tough one. Oh, damn, R-tape error. That was unfortunate. I wonder if we can find it on because it's like halfway around the tape, that one. I would have to rewind the tape. Let's have a little look at that. So, yeah. Let's see if we can find it quickly on PlayZX, which is there. I've got handy, just in case, because that would be quicker to just load straight from that instead of looking for the tape. Are you searching for it? Axions. Axiens. Oh, that's typical. It's not there. It's not there. Okay, well, we'll have to fast forward through this tape and hopefully we find it. Right, okay, load it. Let's do this. Let's see if we can find it. So I'll fast forward through the tape and hopefully we'll get there and make a good guess at this. Been there before with the fast forwarding. We'll do that. The worst thing about the +2 is the lack of the lack of counter, if that makes sense. There's no counter on the tape, so you can't tell where you're at, and it's hard to rewind to when you come to it. That might be it. Fingers crossed. I don't know what to choose. I really don't. I might just, as I say, might run my finger along and just randomly choose one, and we'll go from there. Might go for one of my might go for one of the white label ones. I was saying on one of the groups on Facebook that I had got, and that was amazing actually that I managed to get that so close. That I had the complete Firebird white label range. Actually, there's a thought, because I haven't played this in ages, and it's not. I know it's been on my channel before, but I quite fancy it. Let's just run them for hands along though, just in case, and see what I feel like. Let's have a look. I'm just standing up. I'm just there. Oh. Let's do the one I was thinking of. I'll do the one I'm thinking of. So we're going to do that one. I'm just going to grab that off the shelf now. Hopefully it'll load. Oh, no. Totally wrong. Look at that. Look at my indecision. You're loving the indecision, aren't you? Hang on. Totally wrong. I'll tell you what we're doing. I don't think we've done it in any of the episodes. We're doing... Yeah, I definitely haven't, because it's not rewound. I got one from my friend Daryl. He sent me a player's premiere game, and I've been quite into the player's premiere recently. Called. I wonder if there's 128k. Rewind side B and use the loader. There is a 128k version of it. A game called Outlaw. And I can't see a blooming thing to tell you what it says. Let me just read the instructions if I can find that one. Oh. Put my light on. Hang on, can you hear me? I hope you can hear me. I'm standing above you. Right, I'm standing above you. In Alaska, 1880, the roughest, toughest bounty hunter, the gun-toting iron. Basically, we're an outlaw hunting guy. I think it looks like Ace Magazine gave it 80%. I've never even heard of Ace Magazine. Do you remember Ace Magazine? It's not one that I remember. So, Ace Magazine gave it 80%. And it's it looks like Gunsmoke to me from what it looks like. It looks like a shooter, so I'm quite looking forward to that. So we'll give that one a try. And it has a side B that is most definitely going to be 128k. So that should mean extra music. Players Premiere 1990 Outlaw. There is on it. Is that what I think it is? There's a logo on it, but I'm not sure whose logo is. Interesting. Right, so that's what we're going to do. Sorry about the indecision there. That was probably 10 minutes of my indecision, wasn't it? Trying to work out what the blooming hell I was going to play. But anyway, we're going to play something. So we've got something to play. We'll go from there. Right. Axions. I like a bit of Galaxian action, actually, to be honest with you. A nice Galaxian is always worth it. Bubble Bus again. So these must have all been Bubble Bus that have been re-released with under the alternative software label. In the background, by the way, I don't know if you can hear him or not, but there's a little boy who's very, very happy, who's bouncing around on the stairs, and he's very, very happy indeed. I'm hoping that the keys are what I think they are. Spacebar, yes, that's all right actually. It is Galaxians. Not quite as good as the other versions I've played. There are better versions of Galaxians, but this is not bad. Again, I would have been quite happy with this. I would have put this on with friends. We would have taken turns and seen who got the highest score. See how many levels we could get through. And I'm doing all right thus far, except for when I died there. The moment I said I was doing all right was the moment I died. Oh God, the speed of the processor has shot up because there's only one thing left on the screen. There we go, new level, and it goes down speed-wise because there's less of them on the screen. The bullet follows me, tracks with me, so I can actually guide the bullet in, look. So if I do that, I can track the bullet in with me. It's kind of handy, and that's me dead. Seems to be an energy thing. Under the energy thing, there seems to be like a 0 bar or something similar. Okay, let's have another go. Quick, another go. We'll have a quick shoot of the. Let's have a go on the shooter. We've got another one to do, as I say. We've got this Outlaw game, which I'm quite looking forward to actually. That's one that, as I say, my friend Daryl sent me, and it was probably last year sometime. I'm pretty bad for trying everything in order. I'm very random when it comes to things. I like piles of stuff and random things. My wife has done a brilliant job, by the way, of tidying up my just rewinding the tape, sorry. Tidying up my piles of what's on the tape stuff. Unfortunately, she's piled them out of the boxes into groups, and now I have no idea who sent me what, which is utterly rubbish when I come to tell you. So if I get your stuff out, the only ones I can recognise are the ones from the Spanish ones, because she hasn't touched that box for some reason. I think that box met the criteria for the whole thing. So she hasn't done anything with that one. And the other one that I recognised, but I don't know where the rest of them, how many other ones there were, was the one from my friend Douglas, because Douglas sent me some, and Douglas sent me these ones which were Horizon tapes. So I do recognise those, and I feel really awake. Surprisingly so. Let's go for it. Oh God. Ouch. It's not bad. Do you know something? I actually think Space Invaders was better and this is probably more complex in its design, but Space Invaders was definitely had a better feel with the whole thing so how it played. Anyway, let's finish off with this Outlaws from Players Premiere, because we might as well give it a go. We got a few minutes. We're not on an hour mark. Let's have some fun with a game that we've never played before. It'll be quite interesting to see this one go. So so with the Old West thing, it really does. The front cover really has a Gunsmoke feel, because he's there with his 6-shooter, like spinning around, shooting the guy. You as the person sitting and looking at the cover, guy coming out of the roof and one coming out of a building. I don't know if they actually are armed or not, but they certainly are getting shot down. One's armed. I've had to get the magnifying glass out. I tell you, I'm getting old. I hate blooming getting old. Magnifying glass. I love getting old, and I hate getting old. You know, it's nice to sort of. Sometimes it's nice to be older, but sometimes it's kind of like I don't really want to be this old. So, but was a $2.99 one. This is Players Premier. They were $2.99, weren't they? $1.99 was the other ones, which is the Players ones. Yeah, I'm quite into Players, and I'm quite into Players Premier at the moment. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's. I mean, are there many collections that are collectible that are completable, if that makes sense, out there for the Spectrum? I don't know. I never know where I'm at with it. I mean, I don't know how many you need for a complete hit squad, for instance, but I certainly know that some people have got it. However, I think hit squad is becoming a big thing. But I noticed that the blue Kix ones, the KIXX ones, and now the new Hit Squad, there seems to be a real interest in those. I actually have quite a few of those. I was quite surprised I did that I actually had those, but they seem to be the new big sort of thing that people are collecting. Infograms, wow, that's who the logo is. It's Infograms. So Infograms were a publisher, and I don't know if they still exist actually. I don't know if they got eaten by somebody else. That's usually the way, isn't it? But Infograms was a company that did one of my favourite sort of strategy sort of games. It was a combination of strategy game and sort of action RTS, real-time strategy game. So it was North and South. They did that one. I really liked North and South. They did that. Didn't they put out the original SimCity as well? Or was that Maxis? Or was it Instagrams had an involvement? But Infograms they also did a whole bunch of other things that they sort of sponsored and were involved with. I really quite liked them as a company. I'm sure they were French as well, weren't they? But they did some good stuff. I really quite enjoyed some of their games. But the one that really stands out in my mind is definitely North and South. And this is where one of you says in the comments, that wasn't Infograms, that was Maxis. I remember the SimCity. I'm still got my lookout for a SimCity with the stupid sort of box that's like a silly sized jewel case. It's like really big. I do fancy that for the Specky because I really enjoyed SimCity on the Spectrum, and I think that's the only way you can get it. I don't think you can get it any other way. One of those things, wasn't it? SimCity for me was kind of an experience that I'd not had before. That whole simulating a city and doing things was a brand new one for me. It was one that was an experience that I hadn't had on quite a lot of the Spectrum games. This is why I like the Julian Gallop stuff, the Chaos and Rebel Star and the Lords of Chaos and Laser Squad. Those kind of games were something different and new. Those turn-based strategies of that sort were different and new. I hadn't even realised that there was a bunch of other ones that the sort of who did them? CSL, I think it is. CSL. I think it's CSL. They did a bunch of games like that as well, which were sort of strategy, movement based things, and they were really good. I enjoyed those as well. But I only found those out, funnily enough, through the Vega, funnily. But I'm not surprised. I mean, there were a lot of games for the ZX Spectrum. A lot of them mail order. A lot of them, sold through distribution. It was funny how things came. There was also ones that came from abroad that came in at the time, from Europe and Spain and other places. I'm not sure how many other places actually had the Spectrum. Germany had the Amstrad. France had the Amstrad as well, actually. They had the Amstrad. I don't think they had the Spectrum. I know that Spanish had the Spectrum. Spanish loved the Spectrum. Did they have the Amstrad too? Were they a big fan of the Amstrad? I don't think they were. I think it was Spectrum. And the Russians, of course, had it as well. And we get a lot of homebrew still from the Russian developers. I'm just waiting for it to load now, by the way. I'm just standing there listening. I'm listening to my son, who's very excited because he's watching from the stairs. This is a interesting approach. He's watching from the stairs Bob the Builder on the television in the front room, which he quite enjoys. And he's really enjoying himself, sort of laughing at it and standing on the stairs. But he's decided that standing on the stairs and watching it from a distance is preferable to being sort of sitting on the sofa and doing it. I don't blame him. I mean, hey, if change it up for a bit. I mean, we've all been sitting on the sofa far too long, so we'll change it up with a bit of that, and we'll do that. Gunsmoke was good though, wasn't it? That was Capcom. I remember that one. Capcom Gunsmoke. shooting left and right. Bounty Hunters from Codemasters is also a good attempt at the same sort of thing. I really like Bounty Hunters. I've got that. I picked that up as a... This is a one from... I'm mentioning lots of people today, actually. This is one that I found via... Dave Birdsall found a seller on eBay, and he managed to make an offer and get... I think it was the Adams Family, wasn't it, for the Hit Squad version? I'm sure he'll comment on this at some point. He managed to get that for absolutely nothing, basically. QA, OP, and space is to fire. Break is to quit. That's fine. I can live with that. But he got that for next to nothing. But he also had a Codemasters collection as well. And I made an offer of about 20 quid for it. And he sent me this thing. And it was loads of games in it. Loads of really uncommon games. It was really nice that they did that. I mean, they could have drew them after probably the interest they've got for it. Let's go with the cheapest one. Let's go with the cheapest bounty. Mr. No Name. Okay. Yeah, it is. It's Gunsmoke. You always scrolling forward, turning left and right, shooting things as you go. I've got... Yeah, it's Gunsmoke. It's alright, actually. It's a bit difficult to see, the usual problem with it. A bit difficult to see when you're looking at it, but it's an okay. It's not a bad shooter. Whoa, barrels! Avoid the barrels. Oh, damn you! Can I shoot them? No, can't shoot them. That's a bit of a shame. Oh goodness! They shot me. It's a bit harsh. With the shooting, I'm not sure how I'm shooting. Really slow to shoot. It takes a second for his bullet. It's maybe I'm meant to be more accurate with it. No, that's not helping at all. Congratulations, his body been taken to Boot Hill for burial. Congratulations to me on doing it. Choose your weapon. Choose your weapon. Infograms. Should we try the harder one? Should we try the harder one? Should we go with this guy with the Joey Kid? Joey the Kid. I'm not sure we need harder, really, to be honest with you. You can seem to slam into one of them, but then you don't get another chance. I picked up some dynamite there. Oh, I can throw dynamite. With the enter key. I didn't see that in the instructions. So I can throw dynamite like that. Boom. Look at that. It is definitely Gunsmoke. It's totally inspired by Gunsmoke. I've got double fire here. I should have been collecting more of the items earlier. That's harsh. At least I've kept my guns. My double guns. Damn. Dead. Your body has been taken to Boot Hill for burial. Don't get enough Western stuff nowadays, I don't think. Let's try this guy here. With his patch and his moustache. He's kind of screaming. Hello! Maybe he's not screaming hello, he's probably screaming get off my land. Or something similar. Oh. Here we go. I'm definitely destroying something there. Arg! These barrels are the thing you really want, because they've got loads of stuff in them. You can get extra stuff speed-wise from the barrels. Oh. Died already. That was so quick. Right. One more go. We'll try the last guy. This guy here. With the moustache that drips downwards. Let's try the hardest guy of the lot. Speedy boots. Let's get the speedy boots. They're handy though, because that means you can avoid that stuff that I've just avoided earlier. Them things. I seem to be doing better on this level. But you know what? I'm not trying to shoot anything. I'm just trying to avoid it. There's no other approach that I'm taking here, other than avoiding stuff. Oh, blew myself up. Yeah, I've not got to a bad guy yet. Where's some more ammo? I think you can shoot them for different things. There's lots of things in here. It's quite good fun actually, but it's frustrating because you can't hit things very easily. But at the same time, and the collision detection is a bit pants. But actually, it's not a bad attempt at a Gunsmoke clone, considering it was a $2.99 version. I think I would have been quite pleased with this. So there's the boss as well. I've got to him, and I've got killed, but that was the boss. I don't think that's too bad for a Gunsmoke clone, to be honest with you. I quite like that. Anyway, I've been your host, Real Genetic Doom, and thank you for watching. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you next week. Bye bye now.